Hi,
Hi there.
nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you.
I didn't check my watch, but I can tell you what time it is.
I can tell you what day it is.
It's 1 o'clock
on Thursday.
on Thursday. That's opposite Saxes.
Here we are again.
Yep. Glad to have you with us. We're always glad to have you with us. And from time to time we get texts and emails and all from some of you around the country, and you say, "Hey, we really enjoy your show." That makes us feel good,
It does.
because we're just kind of doing this for fun, and we're glad that maybe we can bring a little bit of a smile to your face, because a lot of the news is not all that smiley. So maybe what we're doing is, make it a happy time together. And also what helps make it a happy time is when you take care of your heating and air conditioning system. We do it with No Sweat experts. And right now, middle of December, it's a good time to have a heating and air conditioning specialist come out to make sure that your furnace is operating properly to get you through the winter months. And even though we're talking mainly in the DFW area, it's a pretty broad area, but those of you that are local, that are watching, you want a really great company that is very, very affordable and does good work. No Sweat experts. The phone number, the email address is right on the screen. Give them a call. They're really good people, and we enjoy having them at our house. And so does Shayna. Shayna enjoys.
She loves Devin.
Oh yeah, when Devin comes to the house and all, it's happy day for both of them.
Yeah, it's cute.
But we're sharing some.
This is going to be a little dicey. Possibly.
Yeah, this is a little bit out of the envelope today.
Well,
but
maybe somebody can learn from us.
Not me.
Oh, never.
I never.
You can't learn anything.
Well, we have issues in our household, and that is that when Lauren gets a little ill, very often she will say, "Okay, I'm just going to call the doctor and make an appointment, go in, see what's going on." Stuart doesn't always operate that way. I'm anti-doctor, anti-hospital, anti-medication.
Anti-Tylenol.
Yeah. Tylenol is a stretch for me. I remember once when I hurt my back or something, and they gave me what was it? That heavy duty stuff.
Percocet.
Oh, a Percocet. Man, I woke up, I thought I saw Martians. I thought I was on Mars.
Stuart, I have given you 2 Tylenol, 2 Aleve, and you think you're on Mars.
And I go nutsy. Yeah, one Tylenol, one Aleve is fine with me. But to my benefit, I think it's a lot better than other people that say, "Oh, 2 Tylenol just don't do it for me. I got to take 4." Because it can sometimes pain relievers can get a little bit addictive.
That's true.
But anyway,
not
we had a situation. We weren't going to talk about it. Lauren says,
we're talking about it.
We're talking about it because it's an opposite Saxes type of a program.
Not only that, but maybe somebody out there will learn from your mistake.
Somebody else might not be as lucky as I was.
Yeah, you really were. Yeah, lucky.
So
go ahead, hon. You be the one to tell everybody.
Tell them what happened.
Go for it.
Well, a while back when Lauren was out of town, and that's usually when it happens, and I got into an altercation with a rather large dog. It was walking in the neighborhood, and everything was perfectly fine and all, but this dog, who is about 75 pounds, I'm walking our little 27-pound dog, Shayna, who many of you know, and this dog all of a sudden decided that Shayna looked like a good afternoon snack, and the dog lunged.
But wait, you knew this dog?
I knew the dog. Yeah, I knew the dog, and I knew the owner, and the dog was on a leash.
Right.
With the owner, but I thought that the dog was coming over just to say hello, when the dog decided that it wanted Shayna. And when that happened, my instincts got the best of me, and I got in between the 75-pound dog and Shayna, and I took the brunt of it. And
You're
well, I
part
you
of
know,
you took the brunt.
well, part of me took it, and I didn't tell anybody,
Including his devoted wife.
yeah, because I figured maybe it would go. First of all, the dog didn't bite me to the point that it broke the skin, no blood, no nothing. So I thought, okay, fine, it'll get a little black and blue. I'll be honest with you, I was going to tell her that I fell on the sidewalk while I was doing some gardening, and I hit the brick wall, and I got a bad bruise.
God, you must have been thinking long and hard about this
Yeah,
until I came
right.
back.
Yeah, I did, and I realized, if you start with a lie, you're going to get yourself deeper into trouble.
Did your mother ever tell you?
Yes, she did. And I heard her talking to me when I picked you up at the airport, and I said, listen, I got something I got to tell you. And proceeded to tell her the story. And oh my God, you better go to the doctor tomorrow. And because I got to tell you that
No.
almost a week.
No. You thought I was really going to be upset. And I
Yeah.
took it very calmly. And I figured, you know what? It's been a week. If you're still alive and you're looking at me and you're driving,
I mean,
I guess he's okay.
I had a bruise that was about the size of a football, because it was over a large portion of my abdomen. And I wasn't sure. And so I picked you up on a Saturday, and it was my decision. Can you believe that? I said, maybe I should just go to the doctor because it's pretty dark purple, and I don't know whether there's internal bleeding, whatever.
Yeah, if there was internal bleeding, you really
And
wouldn't know.
fortunately, went to the doctor, and the doctor says, boy, you got a pretty bad bruise there. But it should go away within about a week.
How long?
Maybe 2.
How long? Maybe 2 or 3.
It took every bit of that to go away. But, there was that moment there where you say to yourself, okay, is this important? Is this bad enough? Do I go to an urgent care center just to check it out? Do I call my regular internist, which is what I ultimately did? Do I go to the hospital, go to the emergency room? I'm glad that wasn't a choice for this situation, because I don't, if the last time I was in an emergency room was with a kidney stone. And believe me, then I was very happy to be in an emergency room, except it still took a hell of a long time before they gave me something for the pain.
Well, because they weren't sure what it was.
Well, because they got a test and
they got to make sure what they're giving you pain for. Pain relievers.
That's right. And I was about ready to strangle anybody that would not open up a bottle and put a couple of pills down my throat. It was
not a pretty sight.
But it raised the question is how do you know when whatever you're feeling is bad enough that you should go to either just go to your doctor, go to an urgent care center, or go to the hospital? Is fever a key factor in making that decision?
Fever is a key factor. Sometimes if it's 99 or 100,
yeah, you can
do it. And sometimes even 101. It depends what your symptoms are. But if it's climbing, or if it's staying that way for a couple of days or longer,
and you're throwing up and stuff like that,
then you want
to
go.
Go and
the fact that you didn't, the dog didn't puncture your skin,
as I say,
was a big deal. That's amazing.
The brunt of it really was this 75-pound what came at me, and it was a muscular dog. So I mean, it was like somebody threw a bowling ball.
But at your age,
yeah,
I think being alone in the house, I would have told your son, I would have told somebody close to you if you didn't want to tell me, so that so that they could check on you, or you could call them if you needed them, but somebody else should have known.
You know,
Does my way of thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
but I didn't.
no, you didn't. And
I guess I have a high tolerance for pain
you do.
anyway.
Yeah, you do.
And also I thought I'll just wait and see, because if it really gets red, I Googled bruises and contusions and all, and I read a whole
Which
bunch
is
of
something
stuff
for you.
Yeah, and it talked about that if you know it's discoloring, there's a possibility it might be infected or whatever. Then I would have been probably prompted to do something. But you know, we often, I think, are faced with where is that threshold between it's just a cold and it'll pass because you go through it, or could be flu or pneumonia, and I better get my ass to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, I think that inner voice would tell you if you have to go to an ER, and an ER, with what's going on today, they are really backlogged and they're inundated. So if you don't have to go to an ER, I would not go to an ER. I would go to an urgent care center.
Yeah.
One that is at least reputable, that has good reviews on their website or on a health grade medical website, a Google website, something where you can see what other people have gone through with this facility.
I mean, and when do you call an ambulance? Do you call an ambulance when you really feel like I physically don't think I can get in the car and drive?
Or I'm going to pass out, or the pain is too great, I can't do anything. Yeah.
Like with the kidney stones.
Right. If you're alone. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, really at our age, those are factors that you really need to think about.
Well, you know, it could be as simple as something that you're slicing vegetables and all of a sudden you cut your thumb or a finger and it starts to bleed. And so what you do is you wrap something around it, you put a Band-Aid, and you say it'll be okay. And then you look at it about 3-4 days later and you realize that your
green.
finger's twice the size and it's turning green, and oops, I mean, this is more serious than I thought. But there are other people probably cut themselves, say, oh, I'm going to the hospital. And maybe you get to the hospital and they say, oh yeah, we'll put a Band-Aid on.
Well, haven't you heard of those people that have always said they thought they're having a heart attack, but they're not sure. And they go to the ER, which is where you should go if you think you're having a heart attack. And it turns out to be indigestion or something like that. Yeah. And they apologize to the doctors, and the doctors say, you know what? Never apologize. We would rather you play safe and know that you're well than to take that chance. Well,
in the case of a heart attack, don't they tell you the first thing you do is open a bottle of aspirin and take 2 and chew them up and get aspirin into your system? Is that for stroke or a heart attack or both?
That's more for a stroke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was for both.
Look, I'm sure if you're going to have a heart attack, it's not going to hurt. 2 aspirin are not going to hurt. Yeah. But yeah, I just think you have to be a little bit more cautious, my dear.
Doctor says to you, what have you had? Well, I just chewed on a couple of aspirin and I just finished a large pepperoni pizza. Oh, okay. Thank you.
That could be your problem.
I think I know your symptoms.
Yeah, that could be the problem. But
you got a bad case of pepperoni.
But I'll never forget when I got home, one of the reasons why you felt you couldn't go anywhere, either to an ER or an urgent care. Do you remember what you said to me? I couldn't leave Shayna. Well, I couldn't leave the dog.
Yeah, what was I going to do because if you go to an emergency room and for something that really in their eyes is kind of minor, I mean, it could be hours before you get in to see anybody. And I'm thinking, I can't hang around this emergency room because I got a dog sitting.
You have a dog sitter that lives in the neighborhood that has a key to the house. That is no excuse for your life. But
it's the separation anxiety for me.
She's fine.
Not so much for the dog, but her for me. Now, she is a service dog, so I guess I could take her to the emergency room. But that's another
here and
that's
here and
another
there,
story.
and
That's
you're
another
changing
show.
it. But at any rate, I'm very, very happy that you're fine
Yes.
and you're doing well.
Yep.
But next time, what are we going to do?
I'm gonna call you first. That's probably what I should have done.
FaceTime, and I could have said, I think you're okay.
Yeah,
Or,
what if I had
hold on.
FaceTime, lifted up my shirt and shown you my abdomen, you would have said, holy crap, get yourself to the doctor.
I didn't say that though when I saw you, did I? You don't know what I'm going to
No,
say
in
anymore.
fact, I was
You
a
never know.
lot more black and blue when you saw me than I was 5 days earlier.
Yeah, and you were quite surprised that I was very
Well, that's why
nonchalant.
it's important to consult with somebody, whether it's your spouse, your significant other, your next door neighbor.
But
If you're close enough to them, just knock on the door and say, excuse me, can I show you something? What's your opinion?
no,
No,
oh,
I'm saying
God.
if you don't have a spouse or a significant other,
No,
Just go
they're
to
not
the doctor?
doctors. They don't
No.
know.
but they're probably
you
going to say the same thing. Holy crap, get yourself to the hospital.
No, you just go to the urgent care and you play safe, but you say, could you watch my dog? Or here's a key to the house and check on the dog in 3 hours, or call the dog sitter. Oh my Lord. But
You know what? I
what
got
the
a better
best thing
idea.
is?
Go to a vet.
No, the best thing would be not to get near a large dog, even if you
Yes.
think you know that dog, stay away. I don't
That's
trust
true.
anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody. So
Okay, I'll take that advice,
you better.
especially next time you go out of town.
Jeez.
I'll just stay in the house.
Yeah, just don't go anywhere.
Well, just let the dog out in the backyard.
There you go. Good idea.
And then when you come home, you're going to say, what smells in the backyard? It's always something, folks.
Say goodbye, Stuart.
Time to say goodbye.
Yes,
I guess it is. We've pretty much.
we beat this one.
Yeah. I think we've overdone this one. So why don't you come back next week and see what we're talking about? I trust me, my black and blue mark will be perfectly fine. Okay. Bye.
Bye.